Tip-top evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final, where I'm wrapping up a Tour de Force Friday that started at 6:15 a.m. and hasn't stopped since. But what goodies I have amassed for you, including a sneak peek ahead to Quincy Notre Dame football, a look at the biggest X factor in the McDonald's Harold Wigg Basketball Classic this weekend, and an inspiring story about a very special baseball moment in Quincy right here last night. But we start with Luke Guthrie making his way to moving day. For the first time in his professional career, Luke Guthrie has made a cut in his first tournament. You can't beat that deal. Kind of a bit of an up and down round today for Luke Guthrie, who started the day at 1 under, actually got as low as 3 under after a couple of early birdies, and then gave 3 strokes back, including 1 with a bogey on the final hole of the day. But still, you can't quibble here with what Luke has been able to do. He will be teeing off at 8:34 tomorrow morning with Matthew Goggin, as Luke Guthrie will try to make his way on moving day. And if he does anything good the next couple of days, remember this tournament is right here on KHQA, so should be a good watch. We'll keep our eyes out and hope for good highlights from Luke on this very special weekend. We take you now to Columbia, Missouri. The Missouri Tigers, they're holding camp, and Quincy Notre Dame is there, and you're looking at Ben Holschlag in individual drills. Accorded himself very nicely today. How about that? 425-pound TJ Smith from Rockbridge taking on Quincy Notre Dame in the team sessions. Rockbridge, a really good big school team, but right off the bat, Quincy Notre Dame comes out with the chicanery right here. It's Nick Wyman on the halfback option pass, hooks up with Zach Bailey for the touchdown. First play from scrimmage, that was good stuff from the Raiders. More from Nick Wyman in 7-on-7. It gets the interception on the first play of the day from Smithville. More to come right here. Quarterback battle going on for the Raiders. Both quarterbacks look good today. Matt Doan right here hooking up with Barry Welper on a touchdown pass. The other direction, the other man who wants to play the quarterback position, that would be the youngster Joe McKay hooking up with Zach Bailey on a touchdown. All of this at Smithville's expense. Also, best play of the day, at least in terms of physicality, Logan Schutte right here coming up at the tight end position, going to drop the helmet on one of the kids from Decatur MacArthur and throw down. Q&D looked really good, particularly on defense today. Good start. We'll keep you updated with all the football goings on over the next couple of weeks as the high school off-season has kicked off in earnest. Well, moving on now, it was a poorly kept secret, but today Truman State was officially welcomed into the Great Lakes Valley Conference for all sports with open arms. The GLVC member schools voted unanimously to bring the Bulldogs into the fold effective in September of 2013 as the Bulldogs leave the MIAA and become the 16th school in the Division II Conference. Now, according to the Kirksville Daily Express, Truman will pay an exit fee of over $80,000 to come to the GLVC. Well, it's always one of the high points of the summer docket, the McDonald's Quincy Harold Wigg Basketball All-Star Game, and it takes place tomorrow night at Pepsi Arena with a bit of a new twist. For the first time in the history of the game, Quincy Homeschool will be represented, contributing Hannibal native Stephen Campbell to the Missouri roster. Now, despite the fact that Campbell was an absolute stud for the homeschoolers, so much so that Jason Durst has signed him at Hannibal LaGrange, he might also be the biggest X factor in this game and comes into the Classic as the most novel curiosity since Mike Smith. So today, we went investigating.
Oh man, it's a tremendous honor. It's been a lot of fun so far. Obviously not being public schooled, I didn't think I'd get a chance to play in this game, so it's just been a great honor and having lots of fun so far.
You know, I've been super impressed with Stephen. You know, obviously, him being from Hannibal as a homeschool kid, know a little bit about it and have had an opportunity to see him play a little bit here and there. But you know, he's a big guard. You know, at 6'3" or 6'4", has really good guard skills, and his instincts. He's got a really high basketball IQ, and you know, I'm really anxious to kind of see how he does. You know, in this setting tomorrow night, and I think a lot of people are going to really be surprised by his abilities.
I like to consider myself a shooter for sure, but just kind of whatever my defender gives me, it's what I try to take advantage of. I'm just going to go out and have fun, play hard, and let my game take care of it.
Fun tomorrow. The girls' game, Missouri versus Illinois, kicks off at 5 o'clock. The boys' game estimated to start about 7:15. Complete highlights coming up for you tomorrow on a really loaded overtime at 10:30. Now, in a perfect world, Nate Habing would be able to have his father in the stands for every single one of his sporting events. But as we all know, the world is a far from perfect place, and sometimes you can only settle for appreciating and savoring the moments that you get. Like last night at Harry Phillips Field right here in Quincy, when Nate got the chance, one of the rarest chances of all, to pitch in front of his dad, Joe. And it was, in its own unique way, perfect.
Yeah, it's a great thing that all of our friends and family put this together to have a special night for him, since he's able to come out for one game, because he doesn't get out to my games very often, but when he does, it's a special thing.
There is likely nothing more in the world Joe Habing would want right now than the chance to watch every single last inning his talented son Nate plays on the diamond in person, save for maybe the opportunity to have one more catch with his boy. But a horrific battle with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, has left Joe's own once athletic body progressively more fragile and frail, to the point now where even leaving the house is a struggle, and even the most basic of tasks, which you and I take for granted, a monumental chore.
Yeah, he's had it for 11 years, and each year it gets worse, but he seems to always get stronger, and with the disease, stay strong through it all.
On Thursday night, the only thing more evident than the Habing strength as a family was their love for one another, and the love and admiration their friends and family bestowed on Joe. For one night only, the Dirtbags, Nate's team, ditched their corporate sponsorship and became simply Joe's Dirtbags. And a baseball game was transformed into a living tribute, both to the father as a spectator and his son, who threw out the ceremonial first pitch.
Yeah, he'll be happy, I'm sure. I'm almost positive he'll love it. All of our friends and family have been great. They've helped us through many times and many things that we've fought through, and they're always there for us.
Fittingly, on Joe's night, Joe's Dirtbags won a thrilling 9-8 ball game, with Nate not only on the mound as the team's starting pitcher, but preserving that victory with a spectacular catch to record the final out. Poetic as an ending, but certainly not necessary, as Joe Habing didn't need any added incentive to be proud of his son, or vice versa.
He's a real fighter. He makes me, for when I grow up, he makes me want to be just as much of a fighter as he is. He fights every day as it's his last.
What a fantastic young man, what a fantastic family. We wish them all the best in their continued fight with ALS. Let's take a look at the Prospect League scoreboard on the road tonight. The Quincy Gems winners over Danville 8-5. Nick Tyndall, the Quincy University product, with a home run in that ball game for the victorious team. Meanwhile, in Hannibal tonight, the Cavemen taking on the Sliders. Tyler Philibin opens up the third with a single, which may set up the single worst call in the history of baseball. Watch this. Philibin tried to steal second base. He is punched out almost immediately. We slow it down for you, despite the fact that the ball, which was dropped, is sitting right there at the umpire's feet. This could not be more obvious. Lying out there like a killer in the sun, kind of obvious at that point, and yet, oh, he is still called out as Tyler, and that, my friends, doesn't make anybody very happy in this one. Jay Heeman going nuts, probably rightfully so. Didn't get tossed, but the Cavemen would get it back. Karma is a beautiful thing. Jake Mangler right here buys it back with a triple to the wall, makes it 1-0 in favor of the Cavemen. One inning later, it was the Cavemen taking advantage of miscues, or as they like to call them, I guess, cheesy plays down in Hannibal this season. Some kind of promotion. These were as cheesy as Limburger in this one, and stinky too right there. Randy Villa hitting one that turns into an E5, and then this fielder's choice is booted as well, as the Cavemen just compiling runs tonight at the expense of the Sliders, winning this game by the final count of 14-6.